Hello, everyone. Welcome to Let's Scrapbook with Deanne. I'm Deanne Castro, Creative Memories Advisor in Bakersfield, California. And I hope my voice lasts. I have been a little under the weather. I came down with COVID. I haven't been real sick, but it was bad enough, stay home from work and not have a whole lot of energy and stuff. But anyway, I have been able to play around quite a bit today and do a page for you. It's kind of a border on a page, kind of like what I did last week. And I really like it. I think it's really pretty. So let's go ahead and get started. I found this idea probably about a year and a half ago. Um, or maybe it was even longer ago than that. Originally, it was done on the Creative Memories blog using the painted garden paper. So this is on the blog if you need any directions or anything that you want to print. But I just thought it was so pretty. This was done with the National Scrapbook Day when there was lemons as the theme. And I absolutely loved it. I came across it the other day and decided to do it with the new Croptoberfest paper. Isn't that amazing? I love this paper. I can't wait for all of you to get your hands on it. It is really, really pretty. I think I brought the extra pages. Papers. Maybe I didn't. Anyway, I'm going to be showing you a bunch of them today to make this particular border. I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to actually cut a piece of this paper and I'm going to put it on that piece and then I'm going to put it on a different sheet of paper. But I just wanted to show it to you what it looked like finished. And then you can add more embellishments. You can add photos. There's a couple of, let's see, what sizes do I have here? I need to get some smaller sizes. I'm not getting that other smaller one that I had. Anyway, you get the idea. Or you can also add another. These are 4x6. And then if you wanted, you can even add a photo on top of this. Kind of anywhere on here that you would like, because it still wouldn't cover up a lot of the detail that you spent probably quite a bit of time working on. It's fairly easy, but it's a little time consuming. So we'll go ahead and get started. So what I did first was I took a sheet of cardstock. I chose the red because the red really stood out on the page with those other colors that I had chosen. So this is the wavy trimmer. This is the decorative trimmer with Creative Memories. And I'm just going to put this paper in here because I'm going to use this wave. And I'm just going to put it in. As you can see, this wave comes up to this line right here. Can you see that line? So it just lines up with that line right here. So I'm going to put this paper in where it's just over that line, and I'm going to center it. So I'm going to put it up one set of blocks here on the top. So see, there's one row and up there and one row down on the bottom that it's going to be up. So it's going to be centered. And just over that line right there, just to cut a little piece off and put the actual wave on there. So there we go. And I'm going to cut this piece. And I just wanted to cut it real close to the edge because I'm not going to use this. I'm going to toss this. Now I'm going to cut, you need 6 of these 1/8 inch pieces. So you just want to move the paper over just a little bit. And I wish this would stay up, but it doesn't. I'm just going to move it over just a little bit from where it cuts. So there's the cut line. And I'm going to move it over to that 1/8 of an inch mark right there on the top and on the bottom. Again, I'm going to keep it centered. And you need 6 of these. So here's one. Try to keep them as even as you can. It may be a little difficult getting them all exactly the same size, and it's fine. It won't really matter a whole lot because people will be looking at the overall design and not exactly how thin or thick these are if you get them just a little off. So there's one. And I'm going to move this over again just to that 1/8 of an inch line. Line it up the best that I can. Put this arm down and cut another one. Okay, there we go. So now for the sake of time, I've actually cut 4 others. So you'll just do that same thing for 6 of these. All right. Now we're going to cut this paper, and I've just kind of estimated it. I'm going to cut it at about 4.5 inches. So I'm going to just cut this at 4.5 inches because I think that way all the other colors will go on top of that just right. And then we can move it and put it on any other piece of paper that we want. Okay, so that one is 4.5 inches. We may need to adjust it a little bit later, but I think we'll be good. So now I'm going to bring the decorative trimmer back, and I'm going to cut again just a small piece off the end so that it is going to have the wave on that one side. So we don't need a whole lot, just a little bit off the end. Again, I'm going to center it. Okay, and I've got that piece cut off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around the other direction. Just going to flip it around 180 degrees. And now I'm going to line this up to where this is at about almost at the 1 inch mark on here, but not quite. It's going to be about 1/8 of an inch over. So if it was up against there, I'm going to take that corner and it's going to be about 1/8 of an inch from this large number 1 right here. So it's going to be at that first line right there. Okay, so that's going to be in the same spot on the top and on the bottom. But again, I'm going to center it. So it's not always easy to see that mark, but you can just kind of eyeball it. And when you put this down, then you can just kind of make sure that it's about the same distance all the way down here for all the different cuts that you'll make on here. So it's just about the same distance. Okay, so I've got that lined up. I think it's pretty good, and I'm going to cut. Okay, so now I'm done with that for now. And I'm going to put that piece out of the way. Now, I think I need to change my blades because see how it didn't cut real well right here? I'm just going to take my scissors and trim that a little bit. But that's usually a sign on this particular trimmer that my blade needs to be switched out. So I'm just going to deal with that because I didn't bring that with me right now. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the next color. cut a little bit off. Oops, it's not exactly straight. And you'll do this for either 5 or 6 colors. 6 will give you more than what you need. 5 will give you almost what you need. And there's a little trick so you don't have to cut a 6th one, to just leave one of the areas open, and it'll be really pretty. Okay, so I'm lining this up. I'm checking to make sure that it's pretty even all the way down. Lined it up at just like 1/8 from the before that 1-inch line. And that one cut better. Good. Okay. So I'm going to just continue to do this with the various colors. I love this one. Isn't this pretty? This is just gorgeous. So again, I'm just kind of cut a little bit off the end. Center the paper on the trimmer. Make sure it's in far enough. Okay, again, turn it 180 degrees. Center it, line the corner of the paper up 1/8 of an inch from the 1 inch. Looks pretty even. And go ahead and cut it up. Now, I want to use the back side of this one as well, but I want to trim this off. So I'm going to take my other trimmer. Just going to put this on here real quick and put a straight edge, because that, if I don't cut this off, it's going to make the waves not exactly the same. And when I did it the last time, I didn't quite like the way it came out. So, because I just went ahead and I used that wave and just turned it around that way. I don't know if that's making any sense. But I didn't like the opposite, or the mirror effect of this. So that's why I went ahead and trimmed this again. Turn it, line it up, center it. Make sure the paper stays in place. That doesn't look quite centered. Move that a little bit. Okay, so there's 4. So I'm just going to do one more. Look at the back side of this. Isn't this cool? I love these trucks. I always love these fall trucks. They're so fun for me. Okay, so line it up, cut a little bit off. Make sure it's centered on the trimmer. You don't always have to center it. You could start from the top if you want, but I found it just gives a little more equal cut of the different pieces if you line it up that way. In the center. All right, and this is the last one. Center it, move it over 1/4 of an inch from the 1. Okay, make sure this all lines up good here. And this is the last one. Okay, now this out of the way. trim this a little bit so this gets even. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to cut these apart. So you're just going to kind of guesstimate where the middle is and just trim them. And then just put all the pieces. Let's see where it's just kind of in the middle there. Just guesstimate it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then line up all the colors to help you kind of alternate them as you're putting them in the pattern. Okay, so I've got the tops and the bottoms in that one. Here again, I'm going to cut this one. That one. So I think you'll end up with 3 of each of these, 3 of each color. Move this over a little bit. And the last one. Let's see. I don't know exactly what order I want these in, but I think, let's see, this. You can put them in whatever order you want because they're all just going to be alternating on the paper. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to put some repositionable tape all the way down it because you want this to stay down really well. But you want to be able to lift it up and move it if need be. Okay, so when I was thinking about this, I guesstimated that the middle of this, I would need to start about 1 1/8 of an inch over from the edge to be able to center this on here. So I'm going to put this about right here. And that will be about actually 2, 3, 4, 5/8 over from the edge, because then that should center this. The very last part should be about the same distance from this edge. So this is 5/8 over from the left on the top and on the bottom. Okay, and I've got this in the way, so I can't exactly check it just to make sure. This needs to move over just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to take these and I'm going to randomly be adhering them on just going up the border here. Okay, so I'm just going to set it on here and put it as close to the edge as possible so that the middle of this is not showing through. Okay, so I just stuck it on there and pushed it right up close. If it doesn't match exact, because you're going to find that they don't match exact, you can lift the little red strip up and push it a little bit underneath. So then that way you know that it's not going to be showing through. So just use your multipurpose tool, lift it up, and push this over just a little bit underneath. So there's a little bit of fussy work going on here, but I think you're going to really like the end results. Okay, so I did that. So now I think I'll put this one. So just alternate your colors however you would like. And again, just fit this on here. Now, if you have too much of a gap on here, that's really going to be fine because you're going to be pulling the red other piece across this side and you're going to have it get as close to this as possible, pretty adjacent to this. So it will cover that up. The other option is sometimes if you just turn it around, you can get it to match better. Okay, just like that. So see how that one came closer. So just kind of move them around as you're going up and just work with them the best that you can. I think I just ran out. So I have another one handy. The thing about the repositionable tape is it's really easy to use a lot of it quickly. So the best thing to do is when you can use the regular adhesive, but for this particular project, you do really need the repositionable because you do need to lift things up and move them around a little bit. Okay, I'll put this one next. And we're just going to continue to work on this way. Okay, lift this up, move this over a little bit. Getting repositionable tape on the bottom of my multi-purpose tool here, but that's okay. It'll be fine. And then one last piece. Which color have I not used? This one. Okay. Now you're going to take another one of these red strips, and you're going to adhere it to the other side of the pieces that you just put down. And you can overlap it. Actually, I'm going to move this bottom piece over just a little bit because it's to the right a little far. Okay, lift this up. Move it over. Okay, there we go. I'm going to do this one. And you can push it over to where it matches up right next to the other red one. And then anything that didn't match on the way down now looks nice. Okay? So you'll have 5 rows. So next I'm going to, let's see, alternating these pieces. And I'm going to do this maybe. This one here. This one here. See, this piece is too close to this one for my liking. So I think I'm going to switch it and put this one up here and put this one here. Okay, now you'll see the tips of these are going to come off the ends on the top here and on the bottom. So when we get done with this, we'll just go ahead and trim that off. Okay, lift this up a little bit. Slide this one underneath. So that it matches up better. And it's weird that sometimes if you just turn it around, it matches the pattern so much better. I'm not quite sure why, but okay. So now see how these stick up over the ends right here? You'll just trim it off. All right, now we're next. Another little red strip. Okay, next alternating the colors. Put this one here. Maybe this one up here. And I need a little piece on the top. I'll do this one. And I put this one here. And this piece on the bottom. So as you can see, this is just how you'll continue to go through this. I'm going to put this on pause just for a minute so I can finish up the other two rows and then show you what it looks like um, at the very end. Okay, hold on. And we're back. Okay, so thanks for hanging in there. I know this has been a little tedious, but I think if you're like me, you love how this is coming out. Now, I wanted to show you as I'm finishing this up. Oh, shoot, I pulled that out of the wrong spot. Anyway, if you don't have enough, I may just adjust this. Um, Because if you only cut 5 strips, you're not going to have exactly enough to finish these off. But if you leave a couple of spots open, then you have enough to finish it off. But as you can see, I put this one in the wrong spot. So I'm going to lift this one up and I'm going to change this one so that these two are not exactly in the same spot. Wasn't paying real close attention when I did that. So here I'm going to lift this one up and move it up a little bit. So you can actually see what I did. So I'm leaving this space blank. Okay, and with this repositionable tape, I just rub it off. Add a little bit more on the back of this one because I'm moving it. And I'm going to add it right up in here. Let's see if this works better. Okay, lift this up, move this over, and move it over here a little bit. Just push it underneath there. Okay, and then put this back down. Move that over, move this over, put this on there, and around the edge. Okay, so now you'll see when I finish up these pieces on this side, I think I'm going to put all these right here. These will go here. That you can leave a couple of spots open and it just adds to the whole pattern. Okay, so I'm going to put this here on the top. And finish off this row. I'm going to have to slide that underneath a little bit. There we go. And a couple more pieces and we will be all done with this. And then we can finish up the border. And what did I not use here on the bottom? This one. And then they use the last red strip. Okay, and then that is all done. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. But as you can see, I've left these two spots open right here, and it just adds in with all the pattern of the actual paper. So what I was thinking was I've got this sheet of paper here, and I will probably just add it to this right here. Just leave a little bit left open here on the end. So I'll adhere this down a little bit. So we'll leave a little bit of that color left. And then you can add some embellishments. Now these embellishments, as you can see, I've used several of them already, but these are all the embellishments that come in the embellishment pack for Croptoberfest. So you guys, you are going to love this. There is the regular paper pack that is out of, or there's 6 sheets of paper plus 2 colors of cardstock in the project recipe with instructions on how to make those pages. Then there's also 6 more sheets in the accessory paper pack, and I've kind of mixed and matched them in here. So I didn't really separate them out for which was which to show you. Sorry about that. But here's the embellishments. And then there is a matte pack. I'll show you one of those. I didn't bring them all with me. And then there's another booklet for ideas. So much stuff. So get a hold of your advisor. Let her know you want this stuff. It is so, so pretty. And I really, really like it this year. So I think I'm going to add maybe this truck down here on the bottom. And then I can add, oh, let's see, what am I going to put in the bed of that truck? Maybe a couple bags of this. And there we go. Isn't that pretty? Let me know what you think. I absolutely love this. I think it is so gorgeous. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I know it's been a little tedious. Next week, I'm thinking of showing you a border that I've also worked on, but I'm not too sure about. So let me know what you guys think of this border. It is a little different because it's a little, it goes lower here and up here, but it gave me room to put the truck down here, kind of like a little road. Here, I'll hold this up a little bit more so you can see it. So let me know what you think of this border. If you like it, let me know. And this is what I will teach you next week. And this is one of the mat cards that also comes with it. It had 2 on it, and I cut it apart and then added a few of the stickers to it to add this on as an extra little embellishment for this page. And then you add your photos in around it. So let's see, pull out my little handy dandy photo mats here. So you could put at least these 3 photos on it. And if these are smaller, depending on, you know, what size photos you actually have for your page, then you can add a few more and stuff like that. So let me know what you think of the border. Maybe I'll do it next week. And then here's our finished page for today. Isn't it pretty? Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. If you liked this page, check out my other borders and pages that I've done so far, and think about it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. That would be amazing. And you can also, if you do not have an advisor, you can find all these items on my website. So you can check out this website, and I will see you guys next week. And my voice held in there, so we are good to go. Thanks so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you next time. See ya.